Class 6 Parliament. Article 79 to 122 in Part 5 of the Constitution deal with Parliament. Indian Parliament consists of President, Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. Function of President vis-a-vis Parliament. Bill becomes law after his assent. Summons and prorogues both the houses. Address both the houses. Dissolve the Lok Sabha. Issue of ordinance. Bicameral legislature. Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Lok Sabha House of People represent people. Election by first past the post system and 5-year term. Rajya Sabha Council of State represent states and UTs. Election by proportional representation. Permanent House not subject to dissolution. Function and power of Parliament. Legislative. Only Parliament can make laws on union list. Ordinance needs its approval within 6 weeks of reassembly. Authorizes and reviews rules made by executive. Delegated legislation. Executive. Remove executive through no confidence motion. Control executive through debate, discussion, censor motion, etc. Supervise executive's activities through committees. Judicial power. Remove President, Vice President, judges of Supreme Court, High Court, Chief Election Commissioner and CAG. Punish for breach of its privilege. Constitutional. Only Parliament can amend the Constitution. Financial. Approve budget. Supervise spending through 3 financial committees. Electoral. Participate in election of President, Vice President. Elect Speaker and Deputy Chairman. Miscellaneous. Approves 3 types of emergency. Create or abolish state legislative councils. Alter area or name of states. Increase power of Supreme Court by Article 138. Function of Parliament. Role of Parliament. Make laws. Make executive accountable to people. Raise issue of public interest. Some issues in Parliament functioning. Settings. In 1950s, Lok Sabha met for 120 days per year on an average. Now it is less than 70 days per year. Ultimately, curtailment of session. Recent monsoon session ended 2 days before schedule. Poor attendance, just 71% in Lok Sabha and 74% in Rajya Sabha. Bill not referred to committees. Bills referred to committees 71% in 15th Lok Sabha and just 27% in 16th Lok Sabha to mere 11% in current Lok Sabha. Not one of 13 bills referred to committee in budget session. Not one of 13 bills referred to committee in budget session 2021. That is example NCT Delhi Bill, Mines Amendment Bill etc. Bill are passed without discussion. 76% of budget passed without discussion. Speaker. No deputy speaker elected in current Lok Sabha. Alleged bias by speaker in not allowing opposition speak. Consequences of ineffective functioning of Parliament. Disruptions. Lack of avenue to expense dissent leads to disruptions inside and a public protest outside. Judicial activism. Judiciary is forced to step in to fill vacuum created by Parliament. How can Parliament's functioning be improved? Pre-legislative scrutiny. Releasing bill in public will give enough time for study and can help build consensus. Opposition days. In United Kingdom, on 20 out of 100 days, opposition decides subject for discussion. Virtual meetings like judiciary. By conducting virtual meetings, number of sittings can be increased. Closing remark. Parliament is the sacred temple of democracy. It should not act as an organ of executive. It should work as per its constitutional mandate in letter and spirit. Parliament, India versus Britain. India adopted Westminster model of government from Britain. Hence both have many things in common but also some differences. Similarities. Executive is formed from member of legislature. Executive is responsible to legislature. Presence of nominal and real executives. President is head of state, ceremonial post, and PM is the head of government, real executive. India has president in Parliament like the crown in Parliament in Britain. Differences. Constitutional sovereignty. Indian Parliament has restricted power due to written constitution, whereas Britain has parliamentary sovereignty. Parliament is supreme. Elected head of state. India is republic. Head of state is indirectly elected. Britain is constitutional monarchy. Head of state is hereditary. Head of government. In India, PM can be from either house, but in Britain, PM can be from lower house only. Eligibility to be minister. In India, non-MPs can be made minister for 6 months, whereas in Britain, only MPs can be minister. Legal responsibility of minister. In India, ministers do not have individual or legal responsibility, whereas in Britain, ministers countersign official acts, so they are individually responsible for acts. No shadow cabinet. In Britain, actions of cabinet ministers are closely studied by opposition MPs. but no such system in India. Rajya Sabha, equal status with Lok Sabha, passing ordinary bill, constitutional amendment bills, election and impeachment of president, removal of judge Supreme Court, High Court, Chief Election Commission (CAG), approving 3 types of emergency. Unequal status with Lok Sabha, money bill cannot be introduced in Rajya Sabha, cannot amend or reject it. Joint sitting, presided by Speaker of Lok Sabha. Rajya Sabha has less members than Lok Sabha. Emergency, resolution to discontinue can be passed only by Lok Sabha. Budget, Rajya Sabha can only discuss the budget, not vote on grants. Council of Ministers, responsible to Lok Sabha, not Rajya Sabha. Special power of Rajya Sabha. Article 249, Rajya Sabha can authorize Parliament to make law on state list subject. Article 312, Rajya Sabha can authorize Parliament to create new All India service. Vice President of India, only Rajya Sabha alone can initiate removal of Vice President. Question, why not give these functions to Lok Sabha and abolish Rajya Sabha? Hence, except in financial matters and control over Council of Ministers, status of Rajya Sabha is broadly equal to that of Lok Sabha. Position of Rajya Sabha is not as weak as House of Lords in Britain and nor as strong as Senate in USA. Issues, it delays the passing of bill. Rajya Sabha seats used to raise funds for party lead to crony capitalism. Help in horse trading by offering Rajya Sabha seat for switching parties. Still useful. It checks hasty and defective bill passed by Lok Sabha. It helps give representation to expert through nomination by president. It strengthens federalism by protecting interest of states. Dr. S. Radhakrishnan said in 1952, there is general impression that Rajya Sabha is a superfluous body, but there are functions which a revising chamber can fulfill fruitfully. Because Parliament is not only a legislative body but a deliberative body. Means to 2020. Rajya Sabha has been transformed from a useless stepney tire to the most useful supporting organ in past few decades. Highlight the factor as well as the areas in which the transformation could be visible. Rise of regional parties. After independence, same party dominated Lok Sabha in most states, but with rise of regional parties, Rajya Sabha debate become more representative. Talented leaders like Dr. Manmohan Singh and many others leaders could serve as part of executive due to Rajya Sabha. President rule. Rajya Sabha approved president rule in Haryana in 1991 when Lok Sabha was dissolved. Removal of judge. In 2011, Rajya Sabha passed resolution for removal of Kolkata High Court Judge Soumitra Sen. He resigned before motion could be taken up by Lok Sabha. Expulsion of members. Expelled MPs like Swami Sakshi Ji Maharaj in 2006 for MP-led irregularities. Negatived 5 bills. 5 bills passed by Lok Sabha but stopped by Rajya Sabha. Example, 24th Constitutional Amendment Bill 1970. Amended 120 bills. 120 bills passed by Lok Sabha were amended by Rajya Sabha. Example, NMC Bill 2019 and MB Bill 2019. Both other facts. More than 3,800 laws made, more than 100 amendments done. Representation of women in Rajya Sabha increased from 7% in 1952 to 13% in 2014. Comment, there has been recent tendency to bypass Rajya Sabha by labelling ordinary bill as money bill. Example, Finance Act 2017's Tribunal and Electoral Bonds and Tribunal Reforms Bill 2021. Such action negate the importance of Rajya Sabha. Thank you.